Welcome to The Man in the Middle. I'm your host, Bill West. Today we're going to be talking about the second episode of The Mandalorian. What? Okay, I've just been told that it's episode 6 of Boba Fett, of the Book of Boba Fett. It seemed to be more of a Mandalorian episode, second of two. I know everybody has been going crazy about the rumors of Harrison Ford. Okay, this is going to be spoiler. There's going to be a lot of spoilers. If you haven't seen the episode, go away. But really, I mean, right now, stop the video, go watch the episode, and then come back. Cause I too much going on, and it's just way too much to without it being spoilers. Okay, uh, where do we start? Oh my gosh, everybody's talking about Han Solo showing up next episode. They didn't. Nobody said anything about this episode. uh, really, where do we start? Marshall Vanth, uh, Ahsoka, R2D2, Luke Skywalker, Grogu, the Mandalorian, and last but not least, Cad Bane. They did a live action Cad Bane. Oh my gosh, that was so cool. Uh, I I am totally hyped about this episode. Uh, the last two episodes, I mean, they felt more like The Mandalorian. I can't wait for Mandalorian to come back now. I'm so hyped. But let's get into the episode. The beginning of the episode, we see a couple of Pike Syndicate doing something on Tatooine. We're not quite sure. Maybe it's a drop off for spice. And then a gunslinger shows up, and it happens to be no less than Marshall Vanth, who tells them, you can move on, and he won't say anything. He didn't see anything, but stay out of his territory. Well, the Pike draw down on him. He executes three of them, and tells the other one to go back to his masters and tell him to stay out of his territory. And from that point, we go to the Mandalorian, where he's just exiting hyperspace, and we find out he's landing on the world where Luke is building the new Jedi Temple, and we get to see R2. Sorry. We get to see R2, and it's really cool seeing him again. And R2 takes him to where the droids are building the school, and the droids there build him not a bench to sit on, because it's going to be a while before anybody can take him to see Master Skywalker and Grogu. And we get to see Skywalker teaching Grogu, which is a mirror of The Empire Strikes Back, where Yoda teaches Luke, and we see a lot of Yoda's influence and a lot of the stuff that Luke did with Yoda, and it's very, very cool. And while he's doing that, Mandalorian's decides to lay down for a bit, and all of a sudden, Ahsoka Tano shows up, and they talk about why he's there, and is he doing the right thing for Grogu, or is it just something Din wants? It's a really good byplay between the two of them. A lot of chemistry between the two. I thought that really, after the last episode, that Din would be going to Mandalore so he could purify himself and call himself a Mandalorian again. but that didn't happen. He wanted to drop off the present that the armor had made for, or actually his Grogu's birthright, since Grogu is a Mandalorian foundling, and foundlings are part of the family, and they have their own birthright, and they, oh, cats are trying to get in, and so she's like, well, Grogu really misses you, and if he sees you, it's going to be a setback in his training. And Mandalorian makes the sacrifice. And he says, okay, but I want you to give him this. He gives her the present, or the birthright, and he takes off. He doesn't get to see Grogu, and but Grogu sees his starfighter flying away. And then we go to Tatooine. Just a real quick bit with Boba Fett. He has a cameo in his own show. They're talking about how the Pikes are getting ready for war, and how the crime syndicates of families of Mos Espa are staying out of it. So it's it's up to them to get rid of the Pikes. And then we see the Mandalorians show up at the War Council, and Boba Fett says, now we're ready to go. We just need the troops. And the Mandalorian says, I think I can fix that. And he goes to Marshal Vanth and says, you're really good. We could use your help. And if your townspeople fought well with the Sand People against the Kryat, and we could use their help to free Tatooine, because it's not going to stay at Mos Espa or Mos Eisley. It's going to pass through the entire planet if they're not stopped. And Marshal Vance says, well, I'll talk to my people about it. And he tells his deputy to bring everybody to have a meeting. And as Din Djarin leaves, a stranger comes from the desert, which is the title of the episode. From the desert comes a stranger, which I thought was going to be talking about Marshal Vanth, but no. Big spaghetti western. We see the stranger walking in to the township, or Freetown is what they call it now. And all you see is Clint Eastwood, head down, brim over the eyes, as he's striding into town. If you're a Clone Wars fan, you obviously know from the silhouette who this is. And I just shouted. My wife was like, "What's wrong? Who's that?" So I had to explain, and then everybody's peeking through the thing. The spaghetti western gunfight on Main Street, and the deputy comes out, and being an idiot that he is, forces the duel to happen. Marshal Vance takes one up here. We don't know if he's dead. I'm assuming not yet, but his deputy gets all shot up. He's not going to survive. But I'm hoping that next episode Marshal Vance shows up. Everybody keeps talking about how this series is going to retcon the sequel trilogy. I don't know if it's going to, because the place he's building right now looks awfully a lot like the school that Ben destroys, or Kylo Ren destroys. So it could be. I mean, maybe it does retcon, maybe it doesn't. But right now, I'm happy to take it as it is. I'm enjoying the ride. The first couple episodes, I think the first 3, I wasn't real impressed with. 4, 5, and 6, on the other hand, the meeting of Boba and Fennec Shand, the return of the Mandalorian, and this episode right here just totally kicked all kinds of ass. I'm waiting for the next one where Han Solo shows up. But from a show that had a really weak starting point, I'm very happy with it, and I can't wait to see the conclusion. And I hope that it ties it up in a really satisfying ending with leaves us more, and hopefully we get a second season, because I'm really enjoying this. I am Bill West. I am the man in the middle. If you like what you've seen today, please give me that thumbs up, drop a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You guys take care, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.